Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to close your eyes for a second and imagine yourself stepping out under these incredibly bright, blinding studio lights. The audience is just buzzing with energy, cameras are rolling, and you're standing dead center on a high-stakes television game show. Your heart is pounding. Everything is on the line here. Today we're unpacking a classic puzzle that perfectly pits our raw gut human instinct against cold, hard math. It's the legendary Monty Hall paradox.
So let me ask you the ultimate question right up front. If you were standing on that stage, sweating a bit, and absolutely everything was on the line, would you stick with your gut or would you switch? Getting this right, well, it's not just about getting lucky. It's actually a profound mathematical mystery. We're talking about a puzzle so deeply counterintuitive that it has famously stumped brilliant minds, seasoned statisticians, literally PhDs, for decades. And today, we're going to solve it together. All right, let's set up the physical space. Picture this. You're facing three closed doors. Behind one of them is a gleaming brand new sports car, the grand prize. But behind the other two, goats. Yeah, actual, live, hate-chewing goats. I want you to truly put yourself in the contestant's shoes right now. The host turns to you and asks for your very first choice. You feel the immense pressure of the whole room staring at you. You take a deep breath, weigh your options, and you confidently lock in door number one. Now, let's look at the baseline probability at this exact starting moment. Right off the bat, the math here is incredibly straightforward. You've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting that car with your pick of door number 1. And that naturally leaves a massive 2 in 3 chance that the car is hiding somewhere else, tucked away behind one of those unchosen doors. Most of us grasp this immediately, right? It makes perfect sense. But the game isn't over.
Here's where the game show magic really kicks in. Step 1 is done. You locked in door 1, but the host, who, remember, knows exactly what is behind every single door, smiles. He isn't going to just open your door. Where's the fun in that? Instead, he walks over and slowly, agonizingly slowly, opens door number 3. And there, staring back at the audience, is a goat. The crowd gasps. The host has just eliminated a losing option. He turns back to you for step 3. He looks you dead in the eye, the entire studio grows pin-drop quiet, and he asks, do you want to stick with door number 1 or switch your choice to door number 2? I really want to emphasize the profound psychological tension of this exact moment. You are standing squarely in the trap of the paradox. Your mind is racing. You have to make a decision right now. What do you do?
Look, if your brain is instantly screaming that it's a 50-50 split, don't worry, you are completely normal. The common misconception here is that because there are only 2 closed doors left, the probability must just evenly divide into a 50-50 chance. It feels incredibly logical, doesn't it? One door has a car, one has a goat. Therefore, it feels like switching shouldn't matter at all. It feels exactly like a coin toss. But the mathematical truth? It's aggressively different.
Here's the reality check. You must always switch. Shattering that illusion of the 50-50 split, the math dictates that switching actually doubles your chances of winning to 2/3. Take a second to really let that sink in. It is absolutely, positively not a coin toss. By switching, you are mathematically twice as likely to drive home in that sports car.
Okay, let's dive into this because I know how totally counterintuitive this sounds. Let's break down the hidden logic of why switching actually works and why this mathematical truth is completely real, even if it feels like your brain is violently trying to reject it right now.
Let's walk through this scenario logically. Go back to your very first pick. Statistically, right out of the gate, you are highly likely to pick a goat, a 2/3 chance to be exact. The odds were totally against you from the start. Now, if you fall into that highly likely scenario and pick a goat first, the host's hands are tied. He knows where the car is, and he obviously cannot reveal it and end the game early, so he is forced to show you the only other goat left. And if he's forced to reveal the only other goat, that means the one remaining closed door absolutely must contain the car.
When you really look at these two outcomes side by side, it's a stark contrast. Think about it. Sticking with your first choice only wins if you magically guess the car on your very first try. And again, that only happens 1/3 of the time. You're basically betting everything on a blind, lucky guess. But look at the switching strategy. Switching only loses if you happen to pick the car first. Because you most likely picked a goat initially, switching effectively takes your high probability of being wrong and flips it right into a guaranteed car.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core secret of the paradox. It's beautifully summarized in this idea. By switching, you inherit the 2/3 probability of the entire rest of the room. When you switch, you aren't just randomly picking a different door. You're utilizing spatial visualization. You are effectively trading your single, measly one-third chance for the combined two-thirds probability of everything else you didn't pick initially, minus the goat the host kindly removed for you. You aren't betting on your first guess anymore. You're betting on the room.
It's a truly mind-bending reality, isn't it? It just goes to show that our initial human intuition simply isn't wired to perfectly process mathematical truth. We rely on these mental shortcuts that feel completely right, but they totally fail under scrutiny. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. If our highly evolved brains can be so completely, so confidently fooled by 3 simple doors and a goat, how else is your intuition tricking you in everyday life?